My flow, you already know. Aligned to the highest, but grounded in hoes. Sacred womb, not afraid of the tomb. That's how I heal generational wounds. Step to ancestors, complete the task. Give to the children.
Greetings! We've made it almost done looking at all the minor arcana cards of the tarot deck, and then we will finally move into the major arcana and the tarot stories in there. As you know, if you have the African American tarot deck, you not only get insight into the meaning of tarot and what the original tarot would mean, but it also comes with stories. And this particular story is of Njambi. So Njambi is a king, obviously king of wands, right? Wands representing energy, fire. This is the only king that is not on his throne. He's out there in the jungle, right? So in this particular story, this is Njambi and I want to say king of the birds, right? So Njambi and the king of the birds. So the birds that lived in Njambi's kingdom wanted to know who was king of the birds. So they were saying things to each other like, oh, I speak the best, I'm the strongest, and I sing better, things like this, right? So they said, well, let's settle this with Njambi. He's the king of this land, right? So all the birds go to Njambi, right? And they ask him which trait is best. So he thinks to himself and he says, okay, well, eagle, you speak. So eagle speaks. And he asks the wife, okay, now you speak. So eagle's wife speaks. He asks the parrot, you speak. Parrot speaks. He asks the parrot's wife to speak. She speaks. Then he comes to the cock or rooster, right? So rooster speaks. Then he asks his wife, the hen, to speak. She doesn't speak. The same as rooster. And so he asks rooster or the cock, why doesn't your wife speak like you? And he says, well, you know, my wife only speaks when she lays an egg. I'm, the man of my flock, and she knows when and when not to speak, right? So Njambi says, okay, since you are the only bird who has a wife that doesn't speak like you will be king of the birds. However, the other birds are free to go back to their land, and you will have to stay here with me. So the trick in this story, or the conclusion in this story, is that the cock has to stay with Njambi, and he has a king over him, right? Since he's the king of the birds, and the other birds get to live freely in their in the jungle, right, without a king. So eagle's free, parrot's free, the cock is not free, and this is why the cock is not free, because he was so cocky, he was so full of himself to think that it was such a great trait that his wife didn't speak as he does, right? So I think that's just a really, really cute story. Sometimes when I'm pulling from this deck, there'll be something that comes up that can relate to the story. But overall, when we get the King of Wands, right, this is a really great energy to have in a career reading, in a finance reading, in a love reading, especially upright. Of course, these cards in reverse have a different meaning and can be manipulative at times. But definitely great if you need energy, passion, and just that fiery wand energy in the reading. Okay, so I hope that gives you more insight and more enjoyment when you pull this card, the story of Njambi and the King of the Birds. Izu is you guys.
If you enjoy reading as much as I do, then you'll probably enjoy the African Tarot Guidebook. My new sister reached out to me after purchasing the Tarot Study Guide off the Etsy shop and created this book with extra wisdom, extra knowledge for those of us who are beginners as well, along with the tarot stories so that we could all have a clear understanding of what's going on when we purchase this deck. So definitely check this out and enjoy. Happy studies.
Meditate and you'll see it's energy, baby, it's energy. I get from rags to riches.